Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode number 14. And our topic for today is financial freedom. Just give me a sec. Okay. Um, and our topic for today is financial freedom, how this business is helping me reach my financial goals. And our guest for today is Manila Nidhin. So she's going to be with us in a few minutes, but let me introduce myself before we dive into our topic. Hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. So I also want to remind you that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in the website that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and I'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So our webinar happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to catch the webinar, well, if you want to watch the replay from yesterday before the live webinar for tomorrow, when you can register into my website. And when you register into my website, you will receive an email. That email will contain two links. So the first one is to register for the live webinar. So that link is going to take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. And then the second link is, if just in case you cannot make it for the live webinar, then that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay of the live webinar through that link. In addition to that, I invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So let's find out. Okay. So you register into our website, you put your name and email address, you receive that email, you go and register for the live webinar. So the next thing is like, okay, so what am I going to see on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you got the chance to hear from the panelists. In this case, they are members of our community who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar. Okay, so yesterday's live webinar, we have Gaia. She's a business strategist, and she was the host for yesterday's live webinar. And our first panelist for yesterday's live webinar was Mandana and Merdad. So they're engineer and business manager, and they are from Germany. Okay, so yes, and the second panelist is Alberta and Clarence. They're from Australia, and they are job quitters. So we had job quitters in the house yesterday for yesterday's live webinar. Congratulations to them. And we also have Freda. She is a business owner. We have Raman. She is a stay-at-home mom, and she's from Canada. Actually, she lives like about 1 hour from where I live. And then we have Malu, aromatherapist. She's from the USA. And we have Rashmita, a quality system specialist biologist from Canada. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, all different countries around the globe. And but they have something in common, and that is, they all decided to take that leap of faith to change their life and their family life. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, you can register on the website that will appear on the screen in a few moments, and then you got the opportunity to catch this replay before tomorrow's live webinar. So now our replays has subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages. Okay, so it's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. Okay, so let's dive in into our topic. So, welcome again to another Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And like I mentioned, our guest today is Manila Nidhin. So, let me introduce her. So, I'm excited to welcome today's guest, Manila. She's a full time registered nurse living in Adelaide, Australia, where she's been for nearly 15 years with her husband. So Manila is passionate about travel, hiking, and cooking. And just under a year ago, she took a bold step and started her online business with a vision for financial independence and freedom to explore more of the world. She's proved that with the right mindset and action, it's possible to build a life that aligns with your passions. So get ready to hear how Manila is creating a path toward freedom and fulfillment. So let's bring Manila to the studio. Hi, Manila. Thank you for
Hi,
coming.
Sandy. Thank you so much for that warm introduction. It was so nice, I feel actually, and I'm so grateful that you've been like you invited me to your page, and thank you so much for doing all these amazing things. Um, yeah, so if you, whoever doesn't know me, my name is Manila. I work here as a full-time registered nurse here in Adelaide. And also along with that, I'm a proud digital business owner and a mentor as well. And so, yeah, I've been like on my nursing career for like over um, close to 15 years or more, like if excluding the studies. So it's always like that's my first priority, and I love that job anyway. But like um also being like really grateful that I took the bold step to be part of this amazing digital business to achieve the financial freedom um, in my life. So yes, it's such an amazing journey, and I'm so grateful that I took the right decision to meet you all.
Yes, thank you, Manila. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. Okay, so let's dive in into the questions. Are you ready?
Yes, bring it on.
Okay, so the first question for you is what were some of your financial struggles or limitations before starting your online business and how this opportunity helped shift your situation?
Oh, thank you, Sandy. That's an amazing question, actually. So, to tell about that question, actually. So, prior starting this business, I was just doing my nursing job, and I only know about nursing, nothing else, no business background or anything. So, to be frank, like I never thought I'll be able to do a business by myself, or like I'll ever in my life start my own business. That was just something that have never thought of it. And always like when somebody tell about this business, any business, I always had this mindset like to do a business you need to have either like a business background, or like you carry that one as a legacy, or like you study business or something like that, and then you get on to that. That was just my mindset. So it was just like, or you need like huge capital to start a business, which is like beyond my thoughts. So yeah, I never. And also like whenever we talk about it, I'll just kind of like hold myself back, like no, business is not for us. That kind of mindset was I was in actually prior to that. So whatever I know is just do the nursing, like upskill yourself in the nursing and just like move along with your life. And then you kind of like you are into one career change. It's That's not a big deal, but like yeah, it's just that was just mindset. Maybe probably that was what I born and brought up with. So had a like as a nurse, of course, like you're paid reasonably well, but the fact is like you are always dependent on the paycheck to paycheck, because like if you always had that fear, if something unexpected happened, then it's like what will you rely on to, because you can, if you get like unwell for a little while or something, you have to take a break from the job or something. If you don't work, you won't get paid. So that's the basic rule. So and then like there is no other backup plan for me at all. So that's what like kind of um made me to think like you need a second stream of income or a plan B. Because the thing is, also the other fact is like when I'm into nursing, like of course, like my husband is working, so we are having like two sources of income, but still we both are relying on the job. So
Yeah.
if of course, like we do support our family overseas, and if something happens to them or anything like that, we have to have that backup plan at any point, like, when that need arises, we need that backup plan. And when we are like totally relying on one stream of income, especially with the cost of living crisis, or like, the mortgage repayments and interest rate and everything goes up high, and nothing will ever come down. Everything, like once it jumps up, it just goes up and up. Where like when you compare with your pay, it just stays where it is. And
Yes.
when it is increasing, maybe it's just a very tiny little bit, like it won't really make any dent in your expenses or anything like that. So and that's what, like, I thought, like, yes, there is definitely a need for a second stream of income. But then the thought was like, how am I going to do it? And that's how I came across this amazing digital business. And to talk about it, how it changed after I started this like this business, like how this helped to shift the situation, is it's only not the financial gain, it's more, I would tell, is like the mindset. Because like as I said before, my thought was like the business was for somebody to carry on with the legacy. So after I started this business, that mindset itself changed. Because anybody can do this. Actually, you don't need any prior experience, you don't need like this huge capital income that you got in your mind, like as if a traditional business is. So, and here we got this amazing people, like, to guide you along, who are like, financially independent after coming up from, like, after they achieved it through this business. And also amazing mentorship and training that you get. Like, it's so easy to do a business, actually, rather than going to work. I kind of find it that way. And I always tell, like, it's actually, and then you see the income that it's like, as I said, like before, I never expected, like, out of paycheck, apart from the paycheck, I'll never be paid in any way, like unless you win a lotto or anything, which
Yeah.
I'm not a huge lotto taker or anything. So you never expect that kind of second stream of income, money or anything like that. But after coming to this business, especially with this automated system and everything, you just understand that, like, there is quite a bit of opportunities in front of you. It's just a matter of taking it and just move along it, plug in with that system and move along. So definitely, I'm so grateful that I took this step. And the mindset shift in me has changed quite a bit. And it's not only helping in the business wise, it's also helping me in as myself as a person grow individual, like as a personal development. And then the confidence that I gained through this business to come and talk, like maybe even in live, I have never done any kind of these things prior joining to the business. So that's all the confidence and skills that you develop after coming to this business. So there is like so much of shift happened even like within me after starting this business. So yeah, as I said, I'm so grateful that I took the chance, that took the leap of faith, and just got into this amazing opportunity.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you so much. Yes, you say a lot of nuggets there, and there's a lot of things that you say that I do relate to you. Uh, coming, like to kind of like a similar kind of industry, because I do also, I work in the movie industry, and I also work long hours like you, the nurses. And the same thing, like when I don't work, I don't get paid. So,
Sure.
but like for example, me, like I've been doing it for 25 years now in the movie industry. So I kind of like got learn how to budget, my finances. Like I usually like I will work like the 6 months which is the busy season in summertime, and then on the winter time I will take some time off. Um, but here comes, there's uncertainty on the business, on the industry. And that's what happened to me, like in 2023, we were faced with a strike. And we had strikes before, but this strike, lasted for the rest of the year. So that was the
Mm-hmm.
6 months. And that's our busy season because it was in summertime. So that, it was a wake-up call for me, like saying, okay, now our busy season, I'm not gonna be able to work. So that's the uncertainty on the industry. But the thing is, like, I faced something like that back in 2004, but I was young. I say, okay, fine, I'm gonna look for something else. But now I'm older, I'm wiser, and I have another um, goals in my mind. So when I faced that, like I actually, like 7 years ago, I started to think about, some changes. But like we're so conditioned to, like to study and get a diploma and then work. So, like you mentioned, having something like your business, is something that we don't think about it because what we have conditioned is it's only the millionaires who can be rich, for example. So just give me a sec. I'm losing my voice. Okay. So um just having the like having a business, is the same thing, like you think like a normal business will require a lot of investment and a lot of your time to be in there. And that's something that I didn't want to, because that's kind of like, I think it's even worse than to have a job, because at least a job you have 9 to 5, but then with the business you have to be there like before you open, during the opening, and then after. So I wanted more like a portability. Um, so what, same as you, when I found this opportunity, I was excited because, I've been working for something like this, but I didn't know what to expect from the online business because, I never done any online business before. So, um, so that was, I feel related to that too. Um, in that. And then, and also you mentioned, about the raising of costs. So like one income stream, for, or two income stream, like as a couple, is not enough these days.
No.
So you need that extra side of income because you never know what could happen. Um, we have seen what happened in the pandemic. During the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs. So if you have, like you mentioned, if you have a mortgage to pay, how are you going to
Mm-hmm.
do if you don't have a job? you know and you cannot find a job just like that. Like if they, for example, they laid you off and you're going to try to find, you cannot find it right away. So
No.
you have to really have a backup plan. So like you mentioned, a plan B, something where if something happens to you, you know where to fall on. You have something to fall on, to help you out. And just like you mentioned, this business, we always thinking, when we start this business, as a financial part of it too. But there's more than financial part that we get once we started this online business. And like you mentioned, self-development, mind, working on the mindset. We start seeing things with a different perspective of how we saw it before. you know and then, like all the things that you get, like a mentorship, someone who will guide you along the way. So really, you don't need to have any business background or any knowledge of marketing, nothing of that, or any technical skill, because everything is provided to you. And you can learn it. So same as you and I, we both, I didn't have any skills before I started this. So like you, I have learned, and then I have grown. I have gained that confidence, because even though I work in the movie industry, I don't like to be in front of the camera. But
It's okay.
I had to face my fears. So, but when we face fears, when we go out of the comfort zone, we grow as a person, you know, because we are, if we stay in that comfort zone, you're not growing, you're still playing it safe, you know. But when you get out of the comfort zone, that's when you start growing, because you start gaining new skills, new knowledge, you know, because you go out of that comfort zone. So being, you know, today, you know, you and I being in front of the camera, that's a plus, you know, being able to do it, because that's not easy. You know, it's a transition. So yeah, I do relate to all the things that you say, and thank you for sharing, because it's really true. um we all, you know, face you know, financial struggles, limitations, and we have to be prepared for those. But
Mm-hmm.
many times, you know, we're not prepared for those emergencies that happen, or situations that happen to us. So having that plan B is essential to have that extra side of income, you know, to help us, you know, in those circumstances.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you too. Okay, so second question for you. So can you describe a moment when you realized this business was truly helping you move closer to financial independence or a major goal?
Thank you, Sandy. That's an amazing question too. So, regarding that, I should tell about like the first sale when I made through this business actually. So that kind of boosted my confidence, even like you know, you start this business with that confidence. Until you see it in front of you, it just like you know, it takes that time to believe it 100%. So even though like when I made my first sale, that was like a real, like a foolproof or thing that you see in front of you, and you just like you believe that actually whatever you see in front of your eyes, you kind of believe it, right? So that's actually boosted the confidence in me that like if I can make that, of course I can success in this business. And I know that that was my first stepping stone to achieve my um, journey towards my financial goals. And so even though like it was like a small step, but it just reassured me that I have chosen the right path. And also the best thing about the business is like you don't need to chase anybody. You don't need to bug your friends or family. You don't need to pressurize or convince anybody. You just like your audience is global audience, so you can connect with people who are like-minded to you, and then you are actually helping somebody for their lifetime. It's not like sometimes like you know you help people at work and it's just only for just a temporary thing, but this is like you are changing people's life for their lifetime. And that's a huge, like a very beautiful feeling actually when you feel it. And also the other thing is like, of course, this automated system, like you know, it's like a portable business where you can take it with you wherever you go, especially like considering people like us, we got like a family overseas, like most of our family members are overseas actually, so we do make some time to visit them at least a year, every year actually. So because they are all getting older and they would love to see us and we would love to spend time with us, and we do support them as well. So we always have this thought on the back of our mind, like you know at any point we need to go and spend time with them. If they get unwell or something like that, we need to be there with them. So you know, you when you rely on just this one job, or like a nursing job, if I talk about, I need to be physically here, like I can't just go overseas and do my job. So that's where like also like I was looking for this something that you can always carry it along with you wherever you go. And our business is just a perfect example for it actually. You can just take it with you wherever you go. You just need a smart device and a stable internet connection, and that's all. You can just carry it on with the beauty of that automated system actually. All the most of the heavy lifting will be done for you. And also the other thing is not only my personal experience, like my mentor, she's actually like over 60 plus year old, and she's like started this business like just under 2 years ago, and the financial achievement that she's making, and her main entry for this business was like as a retirement plan, and she is doing great in this business. And every success that I see on her, it just like, it give me that extra confidence that if she can do that, I can definitely do it as well. And it's the same for everybody, whoever is watching. If I can do that, definitely you all can do this as well. So, like, we're not like any specialized skilled people or anything. We are all like just normal people, just like, learning with no background on business or anything. So that kind of like um realized me like it's definitely um like that choosing this business was the right decision. And also I gained that confidence, like that I can definitely reach my financial goals. And also like by also saying that, as I said before, like when I was like grown up, maybe like it could be in our culture, or I don't know, like, you've been always told like when you are at school, you have to study well. And then once you finish school, they'll tell like you need to take a good course in university, and then you do your university degree. And then like you need to grab a good job to be successful in your life. And then you get a good job, and then you're kind of like stuck in there literally, like still like you're not achieving any financial independence or anything with that job, because as we were talking before, it's just all uncertain and we don't know what's happening tomorrow. And so um you they never like teach you like you need to be like very financially independent. That should be your goal, kind of thing. Like you never been in our culture, we never been told like that you get a job and everything will be fixed. But like nothing get fixed once you get a job. It's still, the life kind of like remains the same. You will be like stuck in that rat race, like going behind the paychecks to paycheck, that's all. And so now, like, I've got this confidence, like, of course, like getting into this business, it will take me definitely to meet my financial goals, to my choice of like, at the end of the day, I have the ability to make the choice when to retire, or like if I want to retire early, there is always a backup plan. And also the other thing is like, whatever, like you don't need to worry about what the life throws at you. Like you got that confidence, like you can face whatever the life throws at you, you are well prepared for it. And on top of everything, when you are around these successful people who have achieved their like total financial independence, and they are successfully going with this business, like earning a lot, and that all kind of reassure you in every step of the way. And also like you got this amazing mentorship and the coaches that you can lean on to, and they all will pass on their success strategies in the business. So you are just like not alone in this business, you are being like going forward with like successful people to guide you along, which is like another um, great thing actually. Like you are really on the right path and took the right step actually. And also the other thing is like um, I know like when I plan my financial goals these days, like I know that I work towards them with strategy, support, and a real sense of like direction. It's not like previously I didn't have that mindset to do. So now I got that mindset to do. And that shift itself is like really empowering actually. And it has given me that hope that the future will be like worry free. And it's not like it's not only possible, but also I can see that it's going in motion at the moment. So that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, it's great. And it's really wonderful to see that real thing in front of you actually. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you say a lot of nuggets on your answering the question. One of the things that you mentioned there is, we are so conditioned, and I think that's what the reason, we're conditioned, to study, go to university or college and then get your degree. Then after that, trying to find a job. But and that's like that's the way that they see the success.
Yeah.
But we're stuck in a job that we are doing, and that's like how our parents were doing it. But the thing is, like, like, we understand that because our parents, um they didn't have that opportunity that we have today, and that is
Mm.
the digital world. So that's the difference, because like I mentioned, for things, we thought that, like before, was only the millionaires can be millionaires, so there's no chance for other ones to be millionaires. I mean, you can, you might have be able to do it, but you have to, like, really really work hard for it.
Mm.
um but nowadays, because of the digital world, um that thinking that is shifting, because now it's possible for anyone to become millionaire because of the
Yeah.
digital world. But it's up to us, to take that opportunity. um and we have seen, like, when I started, for example, the business, and we used to have every Wednesday, we have, like today we have one, that mastermind, that
Mhm.
where you get to learn what is trending out there, with take learn strategies from the people are having success on each area, and we have that success story. So it used to call one day Wednesday Mastermind, okay,
Yeah.
but now it's called Millionaire Mastermind, and that is because we have no one millionaire, but several millionaires in our community. So just to give you an example, that like I mentioned, we are normal people, okay.
Mhm.
We're not born rich. We're not. We didn't have any knowledge about business. We didn't have any knowledge about marketing or advertising, anything of that. We learn all that in this business, because everything, all the training is provided. So if you take advantage of those things, the mentorship, the training, and all that, and then you do your part, you can become a millionaire too. So that's the opportunity that we have here. So um, it's really great, like you mentioned, like working on the mindset, like that's one of the things that we shift, uh, when we uh, started this. And and the other thing that you mentioned is, like you were talking about, having like the portability of the business, being able to go and travel, and go visit your parents, because like they're aging, right? And that's another thing, like one of the reasons also, I also decided to find something, because I was looking for that financial independence, because I have aging parents, right now they're independent, but eventually, like, I will have to take care of them.
Mhm.
And with my hours, same as you, your hours, that's not feasible, because uh, we work long hours. And the for example, my hours varies, and I believe yours probably too, like it's not like a fixed hour. Like sometimes you might work during the day, sometimes you might work at night, because the hospital is open 24 hours, right?
Yes.
So the same the same thing, for us in the movie industry, is depending of the needs of, like if we're shooting at during the day, or if we're shooting at night. So I don't have fixed hours either, so it varies according to the needs of the movie. So thinking of all that, that I needed to think, I needed to find something, to be able to be present for my parents, but at the same time have that financial stability that we are looking for. And that's one of the things that, when I found this opportunity, same as you, now this business is going to give us that financial independence, because we have seen so many. I mean, I like you mentioned your your coach, and mentor. They have that success, like they were able, to have that success. And same thing, for my mentor and coach, as the same person in my case. She also, recently, I think it was last year, she was able to pay her completely, her mortgage for her house. And this is how, this online business allows people to be able to achieve that financial independence, and that's what we're looking for here. So that's really, this business, like if you do it, like you mentioned, we start like small, but this is kind of like a compound. So it keeps
Yeah.
growing as we go. So we
Yeah.
just have to be, this is not like a rich quick scheme. It takes time. It takes the time that you put, into your business. You gotta be consistent, and you have to have the right mindset. Okay, because like this is not an easy journey. We have ups and downs, but if you focus, if you have the right mindset, if you're consistent, uh, everything is feasible, to gain that financial independence, same as so many people in our community. So that's what we are working on, to be able to have that financial independence, be able to retire early. So that's one of my goals. I believe that's probably one of your goals too, and enjoy, life. Like you as I know you love to travel, and same for me, I also love to travel. So do the things that you love and then really enjoy life. Because for those people who are watching us, there are options, and that's the thing that we thought that there were not options for us. It was the only thing was we were destined to do was just to work 9 to 5. But no, now there are options. Our parents didn't have that option. We do. So take advantage of the digital area because now you do have options. You can start this on the side, along with your current job, but eventually, that plan B, because like I mentioned, it's compound. That plan B can become your plan A because that plan B is going to replace your actual income that you're making it right now. This is how
Yeah.
much you can make.
Yeah.
You can make more than that. But what I'm saying, like this can replace, and then you can just focus on the business and you don't have to be like a 9 to 5 where you have to work 9 hours or 8 hours. It's just a couple of hours that you do during the day, and then the beauty of this business is that it adapts to your own schedule. Okay, so not the other way around.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty. So you really, you decide um, when you want to work and how many hours you want to work. So you work on your own terms according to your needs. But the key here is, like I mentioned before, is to have the right mindset. Okay, that be patient because it takes time. It's like anything, like if you plant a seed, right? It takes time to grow. Like as a tree, for example. So the same thing, but it won't take you that long. Like a good example is, let's say, how many people work uh 25, 30 years, they retire,
Yeah.
and well, by the age when they retire, they don't have enough money. I mean, sometimes they're making less than they were making when they were working. So
Yeah.
where is the retirement money to be able to retire comfortable? There's no. And like you mentioned, all the rising cost doesn't keep up with the salary.
Yeah.
So if people don't open their eyes, more and more people, like we're 2025, we can see already all the changes, you know um the groceries, like what we used to spend, now it's the double, of what we used to pay. So 2025, that's today. Thinking about 3 years from now, it's going to be even worse. So a lot of people, if they don't open their eyes, there's going to be a lot of people that are not going to be able to put food on the table, because they have to pay for the rent. um, so how are they gonna keep up, with all those high prices, out there, and then salaries, are not keeping up with that. So you really have to have a second source of income, because what before, like one source of income or two sources of income at home is not enough anymore. You really have to take advantage of, having another business on the side to be able um, to find that financial independence. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was a lot of nuggets in there.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, you also well explained like whatever things I missed actually. Yes.
thank you. Okay, so last question for you. So, what advice would you give to someone who's stuck living paycheck to paycheck but feels unsure if this kind of business can really change their financial future?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because that's a really good question because I've been thinking myself before I started this business, like, because you're quite used to living paycheck to paycheck. And then you kind of like, before you come into this business, you were like really skeptical whether this will work or not. But in my case, like I had a real privilege with like my mentor who I know really well. So I could really see her success like face to face. That was a real privilege. But also, I don't blame anyone when you are like a bit unsure or like a bit stuck, like with the thought like whether this will really work, because um, it's the one piece of advice for them like would be like, you if your current circumstance is stopping you from starting anything better in your life, you probably should avoid that. Like you should not do that for like whatever is preventing you from starting anything new to change your life. So that would be my first advice. You have to like sometimes, like nobody achieved anything without taking any risk. And successful, every successful person that if you have taken, like they have taken some kind of risk to be successful in their journey. So some, and that all happens like once you step out of your comfort zone, that's where the change and growth and everything will happen. If you are doing the going with the same routine in your life, just following the same pattern, like if nothing changes in your life, and you cannot expect any change to happen in your life either, because you're just following the same routine. You can just think yourself, if you're just doing the same thing, you're just doing the same job for another whatever time frame, where you would be in the next 5 years or next 10 years. Like, do you see yourself having a big growth, or you will be just the way, the same routine that you will be following until your retirement age? So that would be my first advice. And then everything starts with that first step. Like, until you take that first step, you will be like wherever you are. So just be brave enough to take that step. Of course, you do your thorough research, do your due diligence with researching everything. And but when you research everything and you understand that it is a better opportunity, you need to take that leap of faith and do that um, first, like take that first step and take action. Otherwise, like nothing will change. You can just be like any other people who just like see things from the sidelines and then stay wherever you were, and no growth happens in that. So um, it's like this business is not like having that you have to do everything by yourself. Like you're not alone in this business. So that's the beauty of it, because you got your direct mentor, you got all the resources to be successful, and then you got a coach, and then you are like really bounded by these successful people. So then you will be shifting your mindset in such a way that like the growth is like um 100% success. Like we always tell, like to be failing in this business, the only chance is if you quit in this business. Like otherwise there is that's out of thought actually, like failure in this business. So I always recommend like um keep going, and then like start it and then keep going, and that's it. You will reach there. Of course, like everybody's journey is different, but it doesn't, also by saying that, it doesn't matter like when you start this business, like you could be um achieving your goal sooner than people who might have started this business like 3 4 years ago, depend on whatever effort and commitment and dedication that you put in. The journey is like, it's an individual journey. You can't just compare yourself with others, but anything is possible with this business. And if you're willing to like show up yourself even in small ways, the journey can absolutely lead to a better financial future. And um, there are like so many successful business owner. And as Sandy was telling, we got a lot of millionaires in this business. And also, by saying that, I should say this, I had a privilege to attend the Gather and Grow. We had a business meeting of a lot of business
Yes.
associates here in Melbourne just last month. And we had a, like, really, we were, I have never met a millionaire in my life, actually, as a physically. Like, of course, you watch them in the TV and things like that. We had quite a few millionaires actually presented there, and I was like, also, we were just had like a few other business associates and friends who attended the meeting, and we were just talking how people can be so humble being like millionaires. And we're just like, and they were all like, it was such a, I don't know, I don't have any words to tell actually. It was such a good vibe up there, so much positivity, so much encouragement. And then you see all those, like, when people with the same mindset gather around. I didn't realize it has got so much impact on you actually, because like we do attend, like, as part of nursing and other things, we do attend like a lot of conferences or meetings and things like that, but it never been the same. I should say that, like, always like, this is like people, everybody wants to help you, to uplift you, and everybody focus on each other's success. Like, this is that kind of business it is actually. I've never seen this kind of vibe anywhere else, even like at my workplace or anywhere. It's just so different. Like, people are willing to help each other, even though they everybody like do their own business, still, like, they are willing to help. They are like so happy to share their success stories and the the tips to be successful and things like that. And there are, like, always there is help available. It's just a matter of, like, asking for help if you need one, or everything is there in front of you, that blueprint. You just, like, plug it in and move on. But yes, I'm so blessed to be in this business and part of this amazing people. And yeah, that's the privilege of this business, and also the beauty of this business as well. You can see that, like, I'm here from Adelaide, Australia, and there is Sandy from Canada, and then we are just in front of the screen and able to get connected with each other. So yes, that's so definitely don't doubt yourself. You are all amazing, and we are all having amazing potential in us. So, sometimes you don't realize those potential until you step out of your comfort zone. Please do take that brave decision and change your life for good. So I welcome you all. At least if you didn't want to start this business, come and explore what's for you. And then if you didn't like it, of course, you can step back. That's fine. But until you seek information, you don't know what lies outside. So come and explore. That's my advice to people. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you so much, Manila. Yes, you see a lot of nuggets in there, and like you mentioned, um, many times, like we know that we need some change in our lives, but we are so afraid of taking those risks, seeing what is out there because we see it uncertain. Um, but the truth is, like I think it's more uncertain what we have and rely on that than to actually find out what is on the other side. And like you mentioned, you really got nothing to lose. Like for example, the free info session that we gave, it's it's free. So you got nothing to lose. You go there, you watch out, how our online business plan works. You also get invited to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories there, and do your due diligence, and find out. And if you want to have more in detail, you go and proceed with the $149 US, which is 30 days refundable as long as you don't proceed with the coaching call. And then you will find out more in detail about the business. But yeah, take the risk because that's the only way you're gonna be able to change your life. If you know that you need some change, that's the only way. Um, because if you really reflect on your life, okay, where were you like 3 years ago compared to today? If you were still in the same place, nothing has changed, that's a sign. Now also reflect on yourself. How did you see yourself like 3 years from now? Are you going to still be in the same place? So if you're going to be in the same place and nothing is changing, that means that you need some change. Okay? Because everything around you is changing, but you're remaining on the same place. So think about that. um, I know we are afraid, but like Manila said, we have to get out of that comfort zone. We have to take risks sometimes, because many times we miss those opportunities that are in front of us just because we are afraid to take that risk, and take to find out what was on the other side. So she mentioned a lot of things, in this, like what you gained, meeting millionaires in person, it's and the things like there are people just like us, it's people like us, that were in the same situation with us, debts, some, they had health issues, so that we're looking for a job that will be able to allow them to have that work life balance, different reasons people come into the business, but they had a why that, that made them take that leap of faith, because they really want to change their life, and they knew that where they were staying, they couldn't do that. So same as us, like we have our reasons why, we wanted to start this online business, because we're looking what happening around us, um unfortunately, we think our jobs are uh 100% secure, but that's not the case. That's not the case. And even, like in the past, we have seen, just going back to history, for example, all the people that used to work, like, for example, in the mine industry, and once the mine industry was gone, a lot of people got laid off. They didn't have jobs. So we are in an era where, technology is replacing so many jobs. Just to give an example, back in 2004, I used to work for a corporate company where we used to do like video and audio conference. Well, today that company is gone. And the reason why it's gone, because of technology. We don't need a lot of people to connect for audio and video conference, because now we have platforms like Zoom, for example. They do that for you. So no need of a lot of people to do that job. So, and this is how little by little, this technology is going to start replacing so many jobs. um, Call centers are one another ones, that we still have some people, present, but how many of that technology has replaced people that used to work on those call centers? Because now you have those audio voice, that reply like a automated systems, which I don't like like it so much.
Like a
When I call,
chatbot kind of
I'd
thing.
rather, yeah, I'd rather talk to one person instead of listening to them. Like, press one if you want to do this. But that's the reality, so we have to see what's happening, out there. So we are here, because we want to open your eyes, because of the condition that we are so conditioned that we are blinded. We don't see what is really happening. So we just want to open your eyes, so you are prepared for, the future, and you don't get surprised, like the aha moment. Like me, like that was my aha moment, like my strike, in the busy season for me for an entire year. That's the uncertainty of the industry, you know and it's okay, when you're young. Like I mentioned, it happened to me before when I was young, and I didn't see it that way. But now I'm getting older, wiser. So I'm thinking about my future. You know, I cannot continue like this. You can have health issues because of stress, because jobs are so stressful nowadays, and the silent killer of many of those is the stress. And then we take those things for granted. Many times, our body is giving you those cues to
Yeah.
take care of ourselves, but we ignore those cues, and we push ourselves so much that until our body says enough, and then explode, and then we end up in the hospital. One of a friend of mine, that's what happened. She pushed herself too much, that she was getting those signs, but she ignored them,
Mm.
until her body say enough, and then she ended up in the hospital. And that was her aha moment, that she needed to focus on herself and on the business, because that's what will allow her to live a better work-life balance. And today, after that aha moment, she really focused on the business. Now she's having that success. So yeah, so just think about it. But we're here, just to give us our journey, to share with you our journey, our experience, and to show you that there is a better way than just a normal job. And uh, a second income stream is not an option anymore. It's a must to have.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
thank you
true.
so much, Manila, because you really touched a lot of nuggets there when answering to this question.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for inviting. My pleasure.
Thank you. So we have arrived to the end of the live. So we hope so that what Manila shared with you today. Her journey, her experience. Will inspire you to reflect on your life. And find out that there is a better way than just the normal 9 to 5 jobs. This is an opportunity that you can start on the side as a plan B. But eventually, because we have seen it with our own eyes, uh, that plan B, becomes your plan A. And then, you get to have that financial stability, uh, only focus on your business, and be able to spend that time with your loved ones, and be present, not missing any milestone, and enjoy the things that you do. So thank you so much, Manila, for sharing that with our audience, your
Thank
journey,
you.
your experience.
Thank
Um,
you.
so thank you. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. For those who doesn't follow us, you can follow us up here on the top, so you get to know us a little bit more, who we are, and what type of content we post. We have a like emoji here from Rox Wera, T Rox Wera. So thank you for your like emoji, and thank you for watching. So yeah, so if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which we had one yesterday. So if you want to catch that replay from yesterday before catching the live webinar for tomorrow, you can do that. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain the link to register for tomorrow's live webinar. So that link will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think in Australia will be like Wednesdays and Fridays, correct?
Yes.
But I think it's too
Yeah.
early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It
it's too
will
early in the
be.
morning. So probably in Australia, you will have to catch the replay.
Yeah.
Um, and then, the second link that you get is actually the replay link. So just in case you cannot make it for the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay of the live webinar. So now, when you register onto the webinar, and then you get to the webinar, you're gonna find out how our online business plan work, and also you get to hear from testimonials from the panelists, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So you get a chance to hear from them, their story, their journey. So they're gonna share that with you. So in addition to, when you register, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from yesterday's live webinar. And Manila, would you like me to give me a hand to read the panelists?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Okay, so the host was Gaia. She was a business strategist, and our first panelist is Mandana and Merdad. They're from Germany. So they are an engineer and business manager. We also have Alberta and Clarence from Australia, and they're job quitters. So we have a job quitters in the house for yesterday's live webinar. So congratulations to them. And we also have Frida, a business owner.
And the other one is Raman, and she's a stay-at-home mom from Canada. And also Malu, she's an aromatherapist. And there is the last one with Rashmita. She's a quality system specialist and a biologist from Canada. Oh my God, this is a wide variety of people from all walks of life. So if they all can do it, you can definitely do that.
Yes. Thank you, Manila. Yes, and they're from different parts of the world. So this is, we have Germany, Australia, Canada, United States.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to catch this replay, the replay has subtitles in several languages. And for our live webinar, it has now subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So now you know what to do. So if you want to catch up yesterday's live webinar, just register in any of the websites that appear on the screen, and you will also have the link to register for tomorrow last webinar, which different hosts and different panelists. So thank you everyone for being here with us today. Um, and also we want to say thank you to our guest, Manila. Thank you so much for being here with us and for sharing your journey with the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandy, for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here, and it was just an amazing um, uh, journey, actually, and also like yeah, to be part of meeting new people and from other corners of the world. So it's really my privilege. Thank you so much for organizing this.
Yes, thank you so much, Manila. So, until the next episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. So, stay tuned for tomorrow, another episode, another topic, and another guest. So, thank you very everyone for being here with us, and we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Wednesday for those who are on Wednesday, and a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are Thursday, and happy and blessed rest of the week for everyone. Thank you again, and thank you again, Manila, for being here. And until the next episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you for watching. God bless you.
Thank you.